Namaskar. The other day, I came across a very sweet little paragraph talking about the relationship and importance amongst knowledge, action, and devotion. And I found it both inspiring and instructive. So here it is. For higher spiritual practice, there should be a balanced emphasis on knowledge, action, and devotion. Do you know the mutual relation between knowledge, action, and devotion? Suppose you know that there is a certain gentleman, Ramesh Babu, and you also know the place where he lives. This fact of knowing is jnana, or knowledge. But this alone is not enough. You must also try to reach him. Maybe you will have to undertake a long train journey or undergo various other troubles to reach him. This is all karma, or action. Next, you have to arrive in front of his house, gently knock on the door, and call him politely so that he is pleased to come out and open the door. This part of action, that is, knocking at the door and calling him, is bhakti, or devotion. So I found that very instructive and also inspiring, and a very a beautiful idea of how to approach meditation. And when I thought about it during meditation, I also found it helpful in practice. So first is the importance of knowledge, right? We need to know what our goal is. Where are we going? If we don't know what our goal is, if we are simply acting and moving without a goal, then we are just going round and round in circles, and the end result is that we are not getting anywhere. So knowledge is important, and that means we have to do spiritual study, we have to listen, you have to keep contact with people who can help us and give us direction, and so that our efforts are the most useful. Secondly, simply knowing is not enough. You may study a lot, you may read a lot, but if you don't actually practice what you're learning, then you won't also get anywhere. So regular, disciplined practice of what we have learned from our study is also important. But finally, a dry, technical, you may have a lot of discipline, you may put in a lot of effort, but something else is required, just as when you go to visit someone. It's not just simply good enough to arrive there. You have to knock gently on the door and call the person in such a way that they will feel pleased to come out. And this element, this sweet element, this more kind of polite, respectful element is the element of bhakti. So how can we develop that part of it? I think if you just keep this discourse in mind, the awareness of the importance of that, of knocking gently, calling sweetly, will help. If you keep that in your consciousness, it will help that develop in your meditation. When you do kirtan, having that, it will, if you think about that, it will help bring that sweetness into your kirtan. Some time back, I talked about trying to cultivate a sense of your personal relationship. So the more you think about your personal relationship with the divine, the more that personal feeling will develop. So try holding that in your mind when you're meditating. What is your personal relationship, and making an effort to develop that. And finally, when you come to the part where you are repeating your mantra. Again, keep this thought in mind of knocking and calling sweetly, calling politely, so that Paramapurusha, the divine consciousness, wants to come out or is pleased to come out. So all of these are subtle things, and they develop when you just, it may not initially seem obvious about how to do it, but if you just keep focusing on that, you will discover yourself how to do that, if you understand and keep in mind the importance of it. So I found that helped me in my meditation and helps me whenever I think about it. And I hope you will also find it helpful and a little bit inspiring. Namaskar.